The next day I walk up to my usual vending machine at lunch, only to find that it's out of my favorite drink. Secreted so far away from most of the classrooms between a storeroom and the library, it's like no one knew about it. I expect a vending machine so close to the library like to be booming with customers, but then again the library is empty most of the time, and anyone who goes there is only doing it to look for stuff to pat the paper with. No one stays there longer than they absolutely have to. For the past month, it's been working out in my favor, but the trade-off with the vending machine no one knows about is that it's never restocked. Setting for a can of orange soda, I decided on drinking it here instead of waiting until I can get to the cafeteria when the library door opens next to me. Ah, I've been looking for you. Yuko seems to be acting a lot more assertive than usual today, although it isn't enough to keep her from going back to mumbling immediately afterwards. Return your books, please. The library books. The books you checked out are really overdue. Some of them are on the waiting list. Oops, I forgot. I keep checking out new ones and forget to return the old ones. That happens to me all the time at the university library. It's so embarrassing. Do they send someone to try and get you to bring them back? No, the university library is bigger. They don't notice if I happen to bother something longer than normal. It's convenient because the policy on keeping the books too long is really strict. Stricter than here. I like that despite what she says, Yuko has no problem with borrowing books for longer than she is supposed to anyways. It makes her being so on top of my own lateness is a little hypocritical. It takes a thief, I guess. Catching on to the meaning of her words around the same time I do, Yuko climbs up and starts backpedaling furiously. That's different from this situation. It's totally different. Yuko stares at her nails for a second as if she really wants to bite them, but is too self-conscious to do so. For instance, how long has it been? You checked out some of these books months ago, Hisao. Sorry, it's just that other people want to read them too. If you're a slow reader, that's okay though. No, it's a total screw-up on my part. To be honest, I haven't read some of them. I shouldn't keep taking out books when I have a backlog. That's not good. Yeah, it really isn't. Now I'm starting to copy her habit of trailing off quietly, and her awkwardness is very contagious for some reason. That said, I'm surprised Yuko seems almost normal today, but every now and then her waitress-y and nervous tics keep popping back up. Come to think of it, she didn't act like that way when I first met her. She was a little clumsy and neurotic, but it wasn't anywhere near this severe until Shizumisha and I ran into her at the Shanghai. It could be that Yuko has a complex about having kids from school seeing her waitressing. I guess it's a little odd for her to pick the closest cafe to the school to work in, then. In that case, maybe the place having so few customers can be considered a lucky break. Well, I get it. I'll return them after school. As soon as possible, please. Wait, can I ask you one more thing? Sure, what is it? I have to go for a while, but I can't leave the library empty. Sorry, but can I ask you to watch it while I'm gone? Just for a little bit. I'll be right back as soon as possible. You're a student council, so I'm sure if you did it, it would be okay. Alright, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Yuko quickly slides forward as if she's grateful. She's about to give me a hug, but she stops 2 centimeters into it, which ultimately just makes a gesture look extremely confusing. I'm also surprised she can control her momentum so well, since she seems kind of clumsy. Before I can say as much as you're welcome, she's already dashing off with the urgency of someone late to an appointment. It'd be the case, but I wouldn't feel safe assuming so. It's Yuko, and she seems like the kind of person to treat everything that way. Now that I'm in the library, I feel a bit silly. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Should I sit down like I normally would and read? It probably would do. But it would probably do, but wouldn't meet Yuko's high standards. Maybe I should sit at the librarian's desk and give anyone who comes in a stern and analytical glare. I use Zoom as a starting point and practice it a couple times in the mirror surface pen. I think it looks pretty good. Frustratingly, no one comes in, so I give up on the idea quickly and decide to just go looking for Hanako instead. It's deserted. I think I see someone, but the second I blink, whoever it is gone. As soon as I return, Yuko's desk and crack open an interesting. I return to Yuko's desk and crack open an interesting-looking book. A familiar person swings in front of me like a falling pendulum. Yo, librarian, I've been looking for you like 10 minutes. What? It's you. Man, you really get around. Or the student council makes you get around. Those bitches, how could they? Slave drivers. He must be exaggerating, because it took me 30 seconds just to do a slow walk around the whole place. The thought is overridden by my surprise to see him. Where did you come from? What are you doing here? What, can a guy go to the library now? I can't even go to the library without some young buck like you giving me third degree over it. I see some girl coming in here all the time, but no one ever asks her what she's doing here. Is it just because she can read and I don't? You must be talking about Hanako. Although I suppose they both avoid people, I'll tell them that reading is what you usually do in the library, so if he's not reading, whatever he's doing is bound to make him look way more suspicious than her. And though I'm too surprised by him practically appearing out of thin air, that doesn't tell me what you're doing here. I'm here because of you. His response makes me feel confused. Maybe I fell asleep, and this is all just some weird dream, and this Kenji isn't real, but really my subconscious is he gonna... What? What really is my subconscious? Is he really gonna start giving me deep but vaguely worded advice now? Because of you, I got chased out of my dorm by feminists. Now I wander this library like a soldier without a country or ghost. I should haunt you for ruining things for me. It's a shame. It would have been an interesting dream, but it seems like this is a real deal. Yeah, did I start working with women and brought them to my door? You remember that? You should, since you were there. After that day, I knew they were onto me. I should have trusted my instincts, but I was young and stupid. That wasn't even a week ago. Then my dad called and said one of my letters hadn't been delivered. The post office couldn't have lost it, so it must have been intercepted. Information warfare. That's when I knew my secret hideout was compromised. Now I'm on the run, like a fugitive. It's code red. Dorm rooms aren't secret. They put your name and number on boards right in the doorway. I know, I saw that. They're diabolical. Why not put a big Wild West wanted poster? If you're gonna be like that, wanted dead or alive, probably alive, so they can clone me turn me into a grasshopper. Jumping without warning into the empty chair opposite me, Kenji takes out a cigarette and starts spinning it between his fingers. I've never seen him smoking before, so it must be for effect. I can't even live where I want to anymore. This is where it all begins. The tactical brilliance. I mean, once they're in your home, it's over, like termites. If feminist plans for dominance starts there, where the fuck can we go? The only question is how they could take a page out of the termite playbook when women are naturally repelled by wood. You can never go home again. Is that how the saying goes? Man, I don't know about never. I was just there. I don't know anywhere else I can shower and get my new clothes and eat and use the bathroom and watch TV. I had to keep watching the news to keep informed. There's someone from his dorm room and living on the run. He sure has no qualms about going back there several times a day for long periods of time. But by now he's slowly turned away from me and is talking to a revolving display of murder mysteries. There's really no point in interrupting him, I guess. I finish off my soda and throw the can into the basket near the door. Hits the rim but goes in anyway. I slightly pump my fist. Kenji quickly gets up and starts to head towards the door. I wasn't really paying attention. I went fist pump in an appropriate moment. Where are you going? He kept sucking down that juice. So? It wasn't even juice, it was soda. It's gone now. What do you mean sucking it down? I had 2 sips. Yeah, right, you had like 50 million sips. It's not even possible. Maybe for you. I go beyond possible all the time. Okay, whatever now. I'm thirsty too. I'm gonna get my own juice. I'll be right back. Oh. Comes down almost right back so quickly that I suspect he knows about my secret vending machine. I got one in too. I'd be like grape juice. Or even for the pizza now. Thanks. I wanted to tell him I lent him nearly 10 times the cost of a can of grape juice, but that might make me seem petty. Unopposed, Kenji sits down and starts fiercely drinking the juice like a man with a vendetta against grapes. No, it's a lucky break for me that I managed to run into you here, man. I kinda need you to do me a favor. A little cynical. I wonder if him getting me a juice would so he could ask me for this favor. And so I was very transparent, poorly timed. I doubt Kenji would think about something so deeply, though. Just asking for things straight out is more his style. I need you to recommend me some books. But I thought you didn't read. How'd you know? You told me. You said you think more discriminate against people because you don't read. Well, I do, and I do read. I read audiobooks because that's the way of the future. I have to read a book a month for literature studies, though, and I found out that the school doesn't really accept such classes as advanced cryptography. If I don't read a bunch of books, they're gonna fail me. I can't fail literacy studies. That'd make me illiterate. That'd mean my mom was right. My mom can't be right. I'll just have to study literacy as much as possible. What about doing some extra credit? No thanks. It's bad enough to have, bad enough. I'm gonna have to carry around these stupid things now. Picked up a dictionary, flipped through it, and places it on the murder mystery rack behind him. I can't, because this is actually the medium that our ancestors used to look at porn. I spit my drink out all over the book I'm still holding, damaging it beyond any hope of repair. I quickly checked the back and see it suggests retail price is 7,900 yen. I think I might have a heart attack. Wow, destroyed. Shouldn't have done that, though. They take vandalism super serious here. You're gonna get canned. He chortles amused before taking a extremely long, loud sip from his can of juice. It's not vandalism. I didn't do it on purpose. You made me do it with your words. And what do you mean canned? I don't want to be canned. Wait, chill out, dude. I mean they actually I didn't mean they actually cane you. They just make you pay for it, and we really yell at you. It's like they're going to bite my ass off. Still not that big a deal. I don't care if it's figurative. I don't want to get canned or get my ass bitten off or any kind of punishment, you dumbass. What am I gonna do? I'm the only person in here, and she knows of anyway. I can't even throw the book in the trash. It'll be found, and she'll know. Damn, dude, stop being so weird. How's it weird not to want to be fined? Man, stop flipping out, man. I'm not flipping out. I'm trying to save money. It's so cheap. I'm about to strangle him when I hear Misha's waha coming up in the hallway. Apparently Kenji hears it too, and he uses the opportunity to quickly vanish behind the biography section like the wind. Hiya, Chan. Misha shouts exuberantly, dragging an embarrassed Iko behind her. Hey, Chan, were you talking to yourself? On one hand, saying yes could make me look kind of crazy. On the other hand, if I blow Kenji's cover, he might go off and make me look crazy by his association. Yes. Haha, that's okay. Don't be embarrassed, Chan. I do it too. Sometimes when I'm alone. La 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 la. I don't do that. I don't do that, right? Like, yeah, I don't do that at all. Nothing happened while I was gone. Absolutely nothing. It smells like grapes. I'm wearing grape scented cologne. I lie brazenly and obviously. From reaction, I'm gonna assume that she knows I'm lying, but thinks I have an abysmal sense of clones. Since the can of grape juice I drank from is still right there, it's likely to be the former. Fortunately, she doesn't bring any follow-up questions. What are you two doing together? We had lunch together, strictly business, a business lunch. I try to picture Misha in a suit having a business lunch with anyone. Somehow I just can't see it. What kind of business? You don't know? Haha, it's nothing. Nothing. It's normal for one part of the student council to not have to know what the other's doing. Hey, don't nothing, something like that. This isn't normal at all. In fact, it's bad. We're only 3 people. Yuka laughs nervously, but she must be terrified. Misha says that you want to put posters in the library for the elections. Even though today they really are far away. Even though they really are far away, I guess it's okay. I didn't know I didn't know that I could even decide those kind of things. You can, isn't that great? Aha! Aren't you happy? Yay, yay! She grabs Yuko's hand and forces her to clap joyously for herself. Yuko doesn't look very happy about hearing that. She has more responsibility and power than she previously thought. Hey Chan, since you're here, you can help me put them up. Pulling out a giant stack of posters from her bag, she cuts them in half like a deck of cards and passes me a slightly smushed half. Chan has a really good idea. We can put some flyers inside books too. Then even if they try to ignore us, they won't be able to. They could even be spring-loaded. Misha tries her best to convey the same tone Shoujo used. It sounds so close to the real thing and also a little menacing. She was probably kidding. I liked it. No, please not do that. Not that. Wow, this is a different... I don't think I've seen that one yet. A super ultra aggressive marketing blitz. We're gonna start going door to door too. That's a terrible idea. Major pouts in her best Shizune impression, fingertips tapping together rapidly in annoyance. Hey Chan, you think every idea is terrible. Yeah, but the idea is too terrible to ignore. I can't have that. Well, haha, hey Chan, that sounds like a challenge. Money. Money is bad, don't fight. Well, it was just a joke. Okay. Don't fight. Ah, ha ha. The way Yuko sounds when she's trying to be firm makes me think of a kindergarten teacher. I suppose that makes her very persuasive in her own way. Putting up the posters is probably hard because simply because the library is already plastered with bulletin boards and flyers lining every couple meters. Some of them in places so unlikely that I never noticed it before. Deciding which way of them to peel off in favor of our own adds a lot of time to an otherwise simple job. By the time the bell rings to a single end of lunch, Misha and I still have sizable amounts of posters left. As we leave, I decide to stick one right by the door. That must be one that Misha did. It has a little drawing of Shizune on the bottom. Do 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 do. A couple days later, Shizune heads off to go eat lunch by herself and doesn't come back. She must really be swamped with student council work, although I know that she probably made most of that work for herself. When I get to the student council room, I find the door is unlocked. Before opening it, I look back for a second to see if I hear Misha laughing. Though, laughing through it, nothing. I'd almost take that as a sign that no one's in, but Shizune wouldn't leave the door unlocked in that case. She's at her desk, sleeping in her chair, with her arms folded over her chest. What a stiff pose. If it weren't for her eyes being closed, there'd be no way to tell that she was asleep. In fact, I can't even be sure if she's asleep now. Normally I'd have a desk to wake anyone else up, but it wouldn't work with her. I immediately start thinking of tricks I could play on her if she's sleeping. It's disappointing that my train of thought goes into kind of directions. Hello, good afternoon. She signs one greeting with each hand. It's really confusing. Hey, what are you doing? Secretly slacking off. She even smiles but lowers her head to conceal it, and tries her best to look annoyed and said, Don't just stand there. It makes me be nervous if I'm sitting down and you're not. I take a seat in the nearest chair while Shizune pauses to adjust her glass on the bridge of her nose like she's fine-tuning an instrument. Why are you so far away? Does that make you nervous too? Pressing her lips, Shizune doesn't look too amused at my taunting her. I had some free time, so I thought I would drop by and see if you were still busy. Do you want to help me? Yeah. Too bad. I'm grateful, but it's not necessary. I just finished the last of it, and now everything that needed to be done is done. So formal. Misha was just as businesslike yesterday. Are you both getting serious for official student council business? I'm always serious, like the student council candidate should be. That was fast. From Shoujo immediately criticizing people who aren't even her colleagues yet before I've had the chance to stretch my legs. At least the president, they need initiative, then maybe they can motivate everyone else, or at least strong-arm them along. But even though there's a bunch of them, they're also wishy-washy. There's no one running for vice president, so they all want the big prize, but none of them have the right drive for it. And then the treasurers are always so flaky. I've decided to use my power just to eliminate the position. Wait a sec, please. Can you even do that? I don't think it works that way. It is how it is. With that, June stares grimly into the distance, rubbing in the frame of her glasses that don't answer the question, future dictator. I'm disappointed. They should want me out of here faster because they want the job. Or at least disagree with me having the job. If I can't mobilize a bunch of student council wannabes for either reason, all my work will have been for nothing. If they're going to be slow about it, I'll just hold on to my office as long as possible. June punctuates the sentence with a snap of her fingers, creating a sound as sharp as a gunshot. I wonder if she knows how latching can do that. It's definitely an attention grabber, so I could only see it as invaluable to a mute. She might have practiced it because of that. All of it, huh? That's too harsh. I always thought this is the real test. Leaving a lasting impression is important. It's why I don't build sandcastles. They crumble when you leave. Maybe, but if you see an especially neat one, I think it's impressive. I'll say it's impressive. I kind of admire you, so to me it wasn't for nothing. She tugs her glasses as if she wants them to take them off, smiling wryly. Sorry. I was careless, and something selfish slipped out. I've always wanted to stand at the top. It didn't matter what it was, as long as I was best at it, and understood it completely, and made it my own. Like when you hear a song or dream of being a musician, or see a plane and wish you could be a pilot. Have you had a dream like that? Yeah. The first time I played soccer, I had wondered if maybe I could get good at it, to wow people. That was just a fantasy, though. As soon as I saw the gap between me and people with real talent, I put those dreams behind me. With my heart the way it is, I can't play soccer anymore anyway. Do you still have dreams like that? No, they're unrealistic. I realized it very quickly. There's always someone better. A nostalgic expression crosses her face. She looks oddly mature right now, as if the day of competing vigorously against others for supremacy are longing behind her. Of course, I know nothing could be further from the truth. Just last week, she wanted to see which one of us could blow the biggest bubble with a piece of gum. It could be that she was even worse than when she was younger. A terrifying thought. I like that. That there are always someone better. When someone greater than me would appear, I'd get so excited, I'd want to challenge them. Even though in the end, they would usually turn out to be better and I would be left in awe. There are some people who are on a different level completely. After a while, I got jealous and wanted something like that for myself. Is that what the student council is? A thing just for you? No. Even though it feels like that sometimes, that wasn't why I decided to do it. It's another story entirely. But I like being student council president. Even if the work is hard and I'm always biting off more than I can chew. This is what keeps me excited, keeps it exciting. People at the top shouldn't be able to be comfortable all the time anyway. You sound like a farmer. Although they wouldn't suit her. She would look cute in overalls as a trot. Would she? So, if this wasn't the reason, why did you run for the job? I didn't, but afterwards I decided to stick with it anyway. I wanted to be the student council president because the old student council was stupid. And I wanted to stir people up so they would be able to say, that was interesting, today was interesting. That's the kind of thing, memorable experiences. I'm happy because I think we succeeded. You, and Misha, and me. I think I have a selfish desire too, though. At first it was something I thought would only be a nice bonus, but I've gotten greedy. That is why it'd make me happy if the election goes smoothly. It'd be the only way I could see that my wish was granted. What is it then? It's a secret. Something that I might not be ready to let such a weak dodge slide be so easily. What? Something that not be ready to let such a weak dodge slide be so easily. She quickly waves down any attempt at a follow-up, embarrassment coloring her face. And something she wants to keep herself only because it's too silly to do otherwise. I start to feel a pang of hunger and check my watch. It's earlier than it looks too early for dinner. Do you have any kind of food in your desk? For a second, it looks like the question confuses her, but she recovers quickly. Desks are for supplies. Food is supplies. You should have eaten lunch. I didn't think it would be a problem if I didn't. If I was working, I wouldn't have to think about it. I'd be too busy to be hungry. She puts her hands up to her mouth in a poor attempt to conceal a laugh, and tries to hide it further by pretending to use it to push her glasses further up the bridge of her nose. I guess you're not, since you already ate. I'm not good enough to sign the appropriate words, so I settled for pointing at the stack of Chinese food containers leaning precariously over the top of her trash can. Those are from yesterday. Then we're both hungry. Let's get something to eat. Not from the cafeteria. There wasn't anything good at lunch, so I really doubt there will be anything left over. Or something? Ordering out of 2 days in a row is unnatural. Only in cases of emergencies. That is my personal policy. That is why she should think of putting some snacks in her desk. It'd be an easier way of dealing with these kind of emergencies. I want to tell her, but signing out how hungry I am like 5 times had made me too tired to be a smartass. The temptation is really great, though. Hi. Misha's distinctly up and down voice sounds muffled through the door. She bursts in a second later. Hey Chan, you're here too. Too? How do you know there was only someone in here? There's already someone in here. If it opens, someone's inside. Wahaha. Am I interrupting? She shakes her head. Great, that's really great. But I was sure I'd be. Is this a break? I thought so too. But it turns out everything student council related is over. For now. Is that why you're here? Yeah, that's right, Chan. Sorry to disappoint you. We were discussing whether or not to order out for dinner. That sounds fun. She isn't really being very fun about it, though. She says that she can't order 2 days in a row. Are you hungry too? Because if you are, we could outvote her. That sounds fun, Chan. And I am a little hungry. I thought you would say it sounds like mutiny. She pinches the frame of her glass, clearly thinking that it does seem like mutiny, but because being outvoted by a clean 2-to-1 margin, there's nothing she can do. Misha already has her own phone out. It's awfully garish. Chan, you promised me we would have a student council thing just for us, right? Right? This can be it. Jin only shakes her head. The last party she will be able to attend to as Yamaku's student council president is too special to her to put the label on a spur-of-the-moment early dinner. Even though I'm sure the real thing will be just like this, a meal like any other with the 3 of us. After we finish eating and clean up, I say goodbye to them and head to my dorm. Although I don't feel particularly tired, I think I'll just go straight to sleep tonight. If we were back home, my mom would nag me not to go to bed right after eating, but what she doesn't know won't hurt her. I take a look at the clock as soon as I get in and realize that it's a lot later than I thought. It also feels a little bit silly checking the clock when I have my phone and a wristwatch. I take off my watch and hold it in one hand. I'll hold my phone in the other. It makes me feel powerful and stupid. He has a lot of time in his hands right now. That's what that is. I try to unsuccessfully go to sleep, and I'm glad when someone interrupts me by knocking on my door after only a few minutes. I figured that it couldn't be anyone but Kenji, which is why I'm surprised when it ends up being Misha. Hiya, Chan. You don't look very happy to see me. No, I'm just kind of surprised. Did Shizune remember something that she wants me to do after all? It's late, but whatever. I guess it's a good thing I didn't change. Nope, I just thought I'd follow you back, Chad. For fun? No, of course not. It's because she wants to talk. It must be about something important, and something she doesn't want Shizune to know about. Well, I think maybe we should do this next time. Let's find out what Misha is thinking to talk about next time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.